you ever just put two random ingredients together and they end up working so well and you just think to yourself, wow, I created a bomb dish? I had leftover suya and I had some pasta and I knew I wanted to make a suya pasta, and then I thought, wow, I'm gonna add cream to it, and that just made all the difference. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Boki and I'm a food blogger. If this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get notifications when I post new videos. For this recipe, I'm using penne pasta, I'm using leftover suya, I'm using some cooking oil, I'm using the onions that came with the soya, and also the tomatoes. I've chopped them up and I'm going to use both of them. I'm also using some cream, black pepper, Parmesan cheese which I've grated. I'm also using fresh garlic, some dried parsley, and salt. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the pasta. So whatever pasta you're going to use, just cook that first and set it aside. I'm going to cook my pasta until it's just underdone. I had water boiling in the kettle that I've just put in the pot, and I'm going to salt it. Make sure your water has boiled before you salt it, otherwise you're going to increase the cooking time it takes to cook your pasta. Then you add in your pasta and allow it to cook. Mine is going to take about 10 minutes to get to the point where I want it to get to. I'll just cover the pot now and let it do its thing. While I'm waiting for the pasta, I'm going to chop up the suya. So this is leftover suya. I've just warmed it a little bit in the microwave so it's easy to cut up. I'm going to cut it into bite-sized pieces so that when I take a fork full of pasta, there's a good size of suya to accompany it, and everything is going to taste so good in my mouth. While we're still waiting for the pasta to cook, I'm going to start on the sauce. So in this cast iron skillet, I'm going to add some oil. When it's hot, I'm going to add in the chopped onions. I'll also mince my garlic and add it at the same time, and I'm going to saute this for about a minute. Then I'm going to add in the cream. I'm going to let all this cook together for about 2 minutes. The cream starts to thicken, but don't worry about that. When the pasta is ready, we're going to save some pasta water to loosen it up later. I'm going to go over and check on my pasta now, and it has reached the exact doneness I want it to get. Just cooked but not completely soft. Next, I'm going to drain the pasta, save the pasta water, and just set it aside. The sauce has started to thicken just like I said. Next, I'm going to add in the Parmesan cheese and the dried parsley. I'm going to give it a stir and let it continue cooking on medium heat. Then I'm going to add in the tomatoes. I want to add in the tomatoes now so that it can start to cook and the acidity can reduce. You can try to mash up the tomatoes. These were not very soft, so I needed to mash them so that it can release its juice into the sauce. I'll just let it cook for another 2 minutes. Taste it and add some salt and pepper. I prefer to use freshly ground black pepper. I like to crack my own black pepper when I make pasta dishes because the flavor is more intense and it's just different. I don't buy ground black pepper in the jars at all. I feel like those have lost their potency and it doesn't spice your food and give you that flavor that you need. I'm going to give it a stir and let it cook for another minute or so. It gets thicker as you continue to cook it, but that's fine. Next, I'm going to add in the pasta and the suya at the same time. If your suya has a lot of pepper on it, the more the better. Don't worry about it. Just mix everything in and give it a stir. If it looks too thick like mine does, just add in the pasta water to loosen it. That's why we saved the pasta water earlier. Add in the pasta water a little at a time and it will loosen it up. Pasta water also adds richness to your dish. Also, because it contains salt, you really have to be careful on the amount of salt you add. The pasta water already has salt, the suya has salt, so please be careful when you're making this with the salt level. I'm just going to give it a stir and let it continue to cook until the pasta is as soft as I want it to be. If it starts to get too thick, just keep adding the pasta water until it's loose and it reaches the consistency that you want. And that's really it with this suya Alfredo. Really easy to make, and you don't have to even make your own suya from scratch. You can buy your suya from your local suya guy and use it to prepare this dish and it will be fine. If you want a suya recipe, I'm going to link one up here. I have a recipe for beef suya and I also have another recipe for chicken suya. If you want to use that instead, that also has a recipe for suya spice. And that's all for this dish. This suya Alfredo, as it was named by some of my followers on Instagram, tastes so good. You can try it with assorted meat suya, with chicken suya, any suya that you have, and it will work out perfectly. I hope you guys are going to try out this recipe. If you do, send me a picture or tag me on Instagram. Don't forget to leave me your questions and suggestions in the comment section and let me know how you get on with making this dish. I've enjoyed making it for you guys. I hope you guys are also going to try it out and let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.